need to ensure that those funds, development funds, go to those sections of the population that need it, whether it's youth, it's disadvantaged sections, it's women. This is something that we will prioritize and channelize now with the reorganization of the state. The second, of course, is that private investments have not gone to the people of Jammu and Kashmir. That's because of the restraining and constraining features of the existing Articles 370 and 35A, which preclude outside investments, outside involvement in the development of the state. And so we are going to see a lot of private sector efforts through the chambers of commerce, through the economic vehicles that would mobilize private investments and funding into the state. So I think we will see a great deal of change for the better. It would be greatly beneficial for the development of the state, for the benefit of the younger section of the population of Jammu and Kashmir. And they would see a much brighter future through the reorganization of states. And also, I think some of the media made mention about, Muslim majority state. What I want to point out here is that it was in 1947 when we attained our independence that we rejected the notion of states being formed on the basis of religion. And Pakistan was formed on the basis of religion. It became an Islamic republic. But that notion too was rejected when Bangladesh broke away. That's East Pakistan, broke away from Pakistan, became a separate country, which is today a secular republic. It is a country that coexists happily with its minority of Hindus, Christians, and Buddhists. And so I think that notion of the creation of states based on religion is something that we don't believe in. We are a secular democratic republic. We believe in the freedom of all religions. And therefore, the fact that Jammu and Kashmir should be a state which is linked to a minority, I think, is something that integrally goes against the basic principles of the Constitution and the ideal that we believe in. You would have seen recently that we brought in legislation also to do away with a very archaic practice of what is called triple talaq, which really meant that under the Muslim code in India, the Indian personal laws were based really on religion, and some of these laws were anachronisms. I mean, many of the Islamic countries themselves have done away with these laws. And so it was the government of Prime Minister Modi that came out and brought in legislation, which is supported by Parliament, to do away with the concept of triple talaq, which meant that a husband in a Muslim family, a husband could say talaq 3 times and his wife is divorced. It's simple as that. And so obviously in modern society, this is no longer acceptable. And so we brought in a change that was long necessary. So the basic principle is that it is an internal matter because it's an administrative decision. B is that this decision is good for the people of Jammu and Kashmir, both in terms of good governance, socio-economic justice, and benefits. And C is that it does not in any way have any bearing on our relations with any other state. And I think over time we will see that this has been a decision that has been really to the benefit of the very people it impacts on, which is the people of Jammu and Kashmir.
Thank you. And one more question before moving to the audience. And that is if you could speak a little bit about opportunities and challenges you see in India-U.S. relations moving forward. I'm sort of been the eternal optimist on India-U.S. relations, and I think really we had a remarkable progress on the strategic partnership during Prime Minister Modi's first term, but I also recognize there's now a set of challenges on trade, on sanctions that is arguably more formidable than those we've been facing over the past 10 years. We've done a good job managing those disputes, but they're still there. And so I wonder, as you look forward, what do you see as the biggest challenges and biggest opportunities for India-U.S. relations?
Well, I think today India-U.S. relations are, in many senses, represent an enviable situation, to be seen between states. I mean, we have a comprehensive partnership that is